All right, good afternoon. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Um, No injuries to report today. We'll get that on Wednesday, but certainly like where our football team is relative to their health right now. So the bye week focus for us really is to work on improvement of the individual, first and foremost, because that's where the fundamentals of the game are. And if we believe that we improve the individual, we're going to improve each unit. But certainly we look at positions as well, where we're strong, where we need to improve, and then obviously the units. We look at from everything to run offense, run defense, pass defense, all the way through situations. Dissect those things, and certainly want to need to improve on several items. And we want to be strong where we're strong, and obviously improve the things that we need to improve on going forward in these next 5 games, and obviously this first game coming up against Detroit. My old coach used to say, "You get what you emphasize," and we'll emphasize those things, like I said, in meetings and drills and in practice, and we'll implement those things in practice as well. Good to be back home versus Detroit, coming off a divisional victory. I was certainly excited about that in front of our home fans. It's been a while since we've been back there, and looking forward to this Sunday. Certainly like where our team is mentally and physically, like I said, right now coming off the bye week, and feel good about where the football team is. With that, I'll open up to questions.
As you continue to look toward, the long term of what you want out of this, what does these last 5 games of the regular season kind of represent for opportunity and building this thing forward as you'd like?
Yeah, it's really about finishing, right? You talk about finishing, and it starts with the first game. You got to really finish, and I was proud of the way the guys finished last game. And again, that's in the past, and now we got to look forward. And to me, that's what it's about. NFL is about finishing, in the 2-minute, 4-minute process of the end of the half, into the games, and we certainly are looking to improve on that.
That's always been an emphasis, obviously finishing, but actually doing it. What do you think that type of impact will have moving forward in terms of confidence and belief?
Yeah, I think it's really good. When you get that done, it's you can feel the guys' energy out there, the optimism, the enthusiasm, the belief in themselves and the belief in each other. And that was the main message that I had, after the first game against Detroit, was that look, believing in yourself is number one. Then look to the right, look to the left, and believe in the guys next to you. And then we had to do the tangible things in practice to work on those. And again, it's all in the proof about doing. And certainly to do it the last time is obviously a big positive.
When you talk about where your team sits, as you look around the NFC North, it seems like these other teams have been making progress too. How to evaluate where you are in relation to not only the Lions, but Vikings, who you just saw, and the Packers, who had a pretty big win last night?
Yeah, it seems like everybody's improving, right? And that's it's obviously the challenge for everybody in the division, to play well each week. And we always, the NFL set up that way. They play divisional games at the end, and they set up that way on purpose. And we're going to have to play good football at the end.
And aside from it's the next game and you guys want to win, do you think there'll be a little bit more emphasis from your players to beat Detroit this time, seeing as you guys did outplay them for about 3 quarters or so? Do they get a good angry from that?
Yeah, you can feel a motivation there and optimism, and certainly the focus with our guys today. You could feel that, and the energy. You could feel that for sure out at the walkthrough. The guys are wired in and want to perform well this week.
Matt, do you feel the weight of what's at stake over the rest of the season here for key people in the organization like you, Luke Getsy, Justin, in a season where it hasn't gone like you wanted to, that you guys have a lot to prove to get to stay?
Yeah, the season didn't start off the way everybody wanted for sure, but over the last 8 weeks, we've put some good things out there, and we're certainly excited about doing that this week. Our focus is, as any time in the NFL, is where your feet are. We got to be focused on this game and this game only to put your best performance out there, and that's what we're doing this week.
Is that pressure new to you at all, having been an assistant for so long and having been a very successful assistant? I don't know if there's been a lot of, end of season stretches like this where you feel like you have a lot on the line individually.
No, that's a good question. Yeah, certainly you feel that during the course of my 32 years. You feel it over the time, and you just got to put your best foot forward. And just keep working and grinding and keep executing. Get the guys to focus and wire in. Being positive, but also being real with the players so they can improve. And the same way with your staff, where we need to improve at and what we need to get better at. So that's no different this year than any other year.
And when you look at the penalties overall, obviously there's some calls that you guys are not going to agree with and things like that. But overall, the number's a lot higher than I'm sure you want. Did you see anything during the bye week? Are there any common threads or any things that you can kind of work on with the guys to try to bring that number down?
Yeah, you want to eliminate those, and certainly there's many of them that you disagree with, of course, like that. That's always the case. But the penalties that were accepted against us, obviously the things you want to control are the things that are pre-snap, the false starts, and we've done a better job of that the last couple of weeks, and we got to continue to do a better job of that. We've been emphasizing that for the last several weeks, and we got to continue to do a better job there. So anytime you can eliminate those, a lot of times the DPIs and the incidental contact down the field, sometimes those are questionable, and you have to take those and just move to the next set of downs and execute again. So, but yeah, those are the ones we want to talk about.
Speaking of DPIs, watching over the weekend, there were a lot of plays where it wasn't called. There were plays where it should have been called. What is so hard about defending passing, especially on the deep throws?
It's the timing. So you're, a deep pass, obviously it takes longer to get there, right? So it's the timing of the DB. He's got to have poise at the catch point. And, so that takes some discernment at the end. So when the ball, you got to be able to judge the ball, where the player's running to and where that reception area is, and be able to time your jump, your punch to bust that triangle that he's trying to create with the ball. And it's all about timing. And it's a lot of that's instincts, and you can work on it as a coach. But some of the real good ones have it. They have the instincts of when to be able to time their jump and when the ball meets the reception area.
Matt, the last time against the Lions, your defense was like two different teams almost. I mean, you turnover, you takeaways, and then at the end it didn't work out. Anything that you can do that will make it different or get the good side, emphasize the good side? Is there anything? How do you plan on just being better this time, because it was such a stark difference?
Yeah, all you can do is look at the tape, right? You look at the tape, and then you look on the things that you did well and the looks that you gave, and play off of those looks. I think that's a very important thing to do, and then the things you can improve on. Obviously the 2 minute, was something we needed to improve on defensively, and then the 4 minute on offense, and we did that last week. We did a 4 minute, 2 minute operation. It was better, and that was improvement. And that's what you can. All you can do is focus on your last performance, and certainly got things to improve on the last time we played these guys.
That Sweat and Edmonds will be two games back further more into the playing than they were. How much of an improvement do you think that? How much of an area of improvement do you think that will be?
Yeah, it'll be good, right? Tez is getting more and more comfortable, getting more and more pressures. Our pressure rate's been up. Since he's been in there, and the last 3 games it's been going up. So we want to continue to improve that. But it's not just the pressure; it's the coverage. The coverage has to hold up, give those guys another tick to get home to pressure the quarterback. So we like where that is right now. And Maine's going to continue to improve as he gets back, just like Tez.
Do you anticipate having Tyreek available this week?
It looks that way. Like once we get him out there in pads and get him moving around and changing direction, but certainly like where he is for sure.
And with Smith, he played pretty well in his absence.
Yeah.
Is there a world where both of them can contribute in the same game, whether it's a rotation or something different?
Yeah, we'll certainly look at that. Smitty did play well, and we want to get our young guys, more and more playing time. And if they're effective and can produce, we certainly will play them. You guys know that.
Matt, since you guys have got Montez, your blitz rate's down, your pressure rate's up, like you said, how has adding him maybe allowed you to call the defense how you envisioned initially when you guys put the roster together?
Yeah, it allows you to play more coverage, and then when you do pressure, it certainly adds that effect to it. So we certainly like where that is, being able to have different coverages, different variations, be able to mix those variations up, and I think that makes it harder for the quarterback. Fair.
Thank you. You've said in the past that you understand, because you've been around, the speculation about your job. But Ryan Poles has been nothing but praising the work that you've done. That said, do you feel safe? Because Ryan Poles has been always stood up for you.
Yeah, what you can focus on is leadership, right? And the first rule of leadership is leading yourself, right? So come to work every day, put the plans together, offense, defense, special teams, lead the football team, help the leadership council lead the football team as well, because true leadership comes from within, and I think it's really what you focus on, and that's put your best foot forward every single day.